Alrighty guys, welcome back to the channel. The runs will make it stronger, right? Like the more runs, the better. Uh-oh, it might be too soft. Oh, pretty sure that'll work. We'll see. As you can see, we are way behind. As of today, we have 17 days that this thing has to be a running and driving car, and we have to be on the road to Glamis. Also, looks like my brother's coming with me. That means another truck. That means OG backbreaker is gonna go too. It's not just this car, we're taking the other one too. So now, not only do I have to finish this car, all this, we still have to go get the other car, tear carburetors apart, clean them, and get the other car ready also. Down to the finest little timeline. We'll make it happen though, we'll make it happen. Unfortunately, 17 days, this is Sunday. I've only got about 45 more minutes I can work before I get to go to my nephew's birthday party. Happy birthday, Barkley. All I can do today, I did a little bit of sanding and stuff like that, just to knock some stuff off. All I'm gonna do is paint today, and I finished welding out some spindles and some steering. I'm probably gonna do a little bit of sanding, knock off all the little dingleberries on the spindles, and probably get those painted today too. Again, I only got about a half hour, so let's get after it. All right, quick coat of paint. You know, if you hold the can far enough back and then you let it like turn to powder and the powder settles, it's like powder coating. So this actually got spray powder coated. It's perfect. Yeah, you know we're putting it on thick, like when it's dripping off on your hands and stuff. It's gonna be mint. Couldn't ask for nothing better than this. Oh yeah, we'll get this guy bolted back in the car and we'll get to the springs like soon enough. You guys are gonna see it, I promise. All right, let me get some of these spindles and some of these other little pieces, knock off the dingleberries and stuff like that, and get to painting. All right, guys, unfortunately, sometimes that's all the time we have to work on projects. Like, I only had about 45 minutes today total. So, got all this thing painted out, little dingleberries knocked off, powder coated, not painted, powder coated. And then we got all the parts painted up, you know. Doesn't have to be perfect, just gotta have paint on it. So, we'll have this thing back in, depending on what time we get home from the birthday party. It's kind of early. I might come out here tonight and screw around with this thing. If all goes well, maybe I can get the whole subframe put back in the car and maybe I can start hanging A-arms and paint A-arms. We'll see. I'm not sure yet. But regardless, we actually got something done today in the little bit of time we had. Again, happy birthday, Barkley. I'll be seeing you soon. Alrighty, guys, it's Monday. I've only got about an hour or two I can work right now before I have to go do other stuff too, so I can at least get the subframe put in. I already finished painting all the stuff yesterday, and I'm gonna paint A-arms and stuff right now. That way I've got a couple hours of something else I have to do, and then hopefully that has enough time to dry. I can start assembling this thing. But let's get the subframe in. I guess I probably should have had like a spreader bar in this thing before I welded it all, because, woo, daddy. Like, some of my holes are like half a hole off now. Hopefully I can get them to line up. Alrighty guys, today is T-minus 15 days. It's Tuesday. Whatever, we're still in February, I know that. I think it's like the 26th or something like that, but we're like 15 days away from the day we gotta leave. Today, you guys saw me already paint all this stuff, get this thing back in. Today we are putting A-arms on. We are doing final assembly on the front end. Minus brakes, because I can't do brakes until the back's done. And then probably shocks. I'm not gonna get the shocks right now on the front. Shocks are pretty easy. I can throw that stuff on at the end. But we are definitely doing A-arms today. All final assembly. All spindles are going on. Drums are going on. Everything is going on to the car permanently. And then we're gonna do suspension links. I want this thing sitting on the spring today. So that way you guys can see it tomorrow morning. So that's where we're gonna get to right now. Oh dear. Oh my gosh. So I welded these big gussets in on the corners right here, and my gosh, did it like suck the tubes in. That's like by an inch. Like I gotta spread these guys like an inch. Oh my God, this is gonna suck. Oh well, it is what it is. We'll have to spread them all. I'm sure the uppers are the same exact way, so see what happens. Let's try getting spindles assembled now too. We still have to do all these guys as like permanently bolted together and done. So I'll get you set up right here and start getting things put together. Other side. Well guys, it's all put back together. We still have to adjust toe, which I'm not gonna do until suspension is like sitting on springage, stuff like that. So, but everything else is tightened up on the whole thing. All the pivots are tightened up. All my steering is in. I'm not gonna put this one in right now because the bottom of my link for the spring is a heim joint. So I'm gonna use the 2 5/8 heim joints that I'm using up there for the ends right now. And then when I pull the ass end apart, I will use those 2 heim joints from one of the rear links for my steering. So no reason to buy more links than I have to. I mean, technically I bought 4 already. I shouldn't have had to. I could have used them off the back, but neither here nor there right now. So we've got the whole thing torn apart, or I'm sorry, the whole thing put together. And right now we are now putting the leaf spring in. It is at that point. So let's get back at it. be too soft. Oh. I don't think this spring is gonna do it. No. This spring ain't gonna do it with this style of leaves and whatnot. If you look at it, we're bending the primary leaves and you can see a gap right here. So the only way I can change that is I turn this spring over. I may have to do that, turn this spring over, and maybe that'll push in the center right here. We're sitting down a little too far right now at 2.5 or 2 inches, whatever it's gonna be. So I'd have to make the length from here down to the bar a little bit longer than this. I'm not saying it's not possible, but first things first, I gotta flip this leaf over. Definitely gotta flip that leaf over. And from the looks of it, I gotta put air in this tire. This tire looks like it's flat. Because like right now, it's only got like another, maybe inch and a half of up travel, which I might have to work on that also. I may have to put a dippy in this upper control arm right here to gain a little more travel, which I can do if I have to. So now we're looking at springs again, taking these springs back out and at least flipping that top one over, maybe that'll help the bend. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see what has to happen here. A little more figuring. So, I'll get back with you. Alrighty guys, so I think I figured out a game plan here. The original chrome stack I know doesn't have enough spring pressure. I know that one's way softer than what was here before. But it's longer, so it'll flex a little bit more. So I have the 3 original leaves out there, and then I also have 2 more that I think I'm gonna add to that stack. But what I think I'm gonna do is, I think I'm gonna take the original leaf I had in here. I used these top 2 on it, and I think I'm gonna mount it down underneath right here. So I'm actually running 2 springs, not just 1. I mean, it's gonna be a little bit more linkage, a little bit more weight, but that way I'm spreading the load between the upper control arms and the lower control arms. I'm not just relying on one control arm to hold all the weight of the car. This one doesn't have to flex as much because it's farther in. So all I have to really do is make a couple of plates up here, and we can do the same thing. I can put a stack of springs in here. And what I think I'm gonna end up doing is, I think I'm gonna use the first and second leaf of this stack, the original stack, and then I'll put a crossbar in and that'll have a link in it. And then the chrome stack, I think I'll use the entire stack, including these guys, but this top one up here, I think I'll put backwards just like this. And I think that'll be enough extra spring pressure. Like, I bet you just this one down here would probably, well, wait, this one down here would probably be enough, but without having a secondary leaf to spread the load and to like bend the spring halfway, you'll end up bending the spring right in the middle where the bolt hole is, and it'll just bend. So I think that's what I am doing now. Pretty sure that'll work. We'll see. Boy, Alrighty guys, this is what we're working with now. So I got the chrome ones all put back together, all back in place. And now we're gonna run our secondary leaf down here. And again, this one, I ran just the other spring right here upside down, so it's just the first 2 springs. But this one, because it's gonna have so much leverage on it out here, it's gonna be kind of like a dual rate spring setup. So like the more I think about it, the better off this actually is. So this guy's gonna be like my soft spring. This guy's gonna be like my stiff spring. So this one, I'm gonna preload before this one even gets tension on it. So this one will have a little bit more pressure on it right away. Not so much poundage, but like the initial pressure. And then this guy will come in when this one's about maxed out or getting to the point to flex too much. Then this one will start working. So this is actually gonna work out better. I mean, as long as like the overall travel doesn't bend this one or bend or break this one, I think this is actually gonna be better than it was before. So I'm also spreading the load between the upper and lower control arms, so that'll save me heim joints as well. Because I wasn't too like really happy about using 3/4 heims for my main kingpins, but I don't know, we'll see how long they last. This may all have to get cut off and go to like 7/8 or even like 1 inch. So, but hey, we're gonna set this thing up again with some blocks of wood, whatnot, set it on the ground and see where we're at, see what we got going. Woo! So just 4x4s in there. That spring goes all the way backwards. Okay, so 4 inch should be plenty. Okay. So let's see guys if I do this. So now this is the other spring that kind of hooked up as well. Oh dude, look how stiff that spring is. That might be too stiff. Dude. Right. Let me get it down to on the blocks. So fully load the front end. That might be my money shot right there. That's gonna be the money shot right there. That'll work. And then I can preload them differently. I can preload them differently if I need to. Oh, we're bottoming out right there. I'm gonna have to bend those uppers and put a divot in the uppers so I can get a little bit more down travel. Because that's still too high off the ground to Alrighty guys, so as you saw, I am gonna pull these upper control arms off and I'm gonna put a bend in them right here. Just so that way I have a little bit more upper travel, because like the lower control arms aren't even going completely flat like before this thing bottoms out, and that's not enough. If I can get basically the same amount of degree of bend from right here, I don't think that's going to matter on my steering. And that'll probably give me, gosh, probably 4 more inches. I mean, at least 3 more inches of upward travel. All right, so that gained tremendous amounts already. Like, I still have another inch here, so probably another 2 or 3 inches here. But I'm running into my steering arm now. So with this bolt and stuff like that, I guess if I wanted to, I can take this piece, add a piece on top of it that would gain me take this bolt, move it over here, and that would gain me this whole nut and then this whole 3/8 piece. So I don't know, that might be a possibility. Right now, this is full squish from what I can use, and that's not horrible. I mean, that's better than what it was. I mean, how much do you think I'm going to be really jump? I'm not jumping the thing. This is just out cruising around. So I don't know. That might be a later day. But right now, it's better than what it was. I know I'm not going to slam into it. I'm going to do the other side. So I ran inside, got something to eat, and I forgot to hit record when I came back out, so my bad. But anyway, I got the other one bent like it's supposed to be, so now it clears perfect. And my gosh, now look at it goes up above, so that'll be perfect. Couldn't ask for nothing more than that. Well, guys, unfortunately, it's all the time I have for tonight. I just got wrapped up into doing this and realized I had some other stuff I have to take care of. So I'm not going to get the links done tonight. I was going to have to be tomorrow. I won't have it out for you in this video. I'm sorry. I know you guys have been really wanting to see it, and it'll be here. I promise. It's going to work. It already works. I promise. I shouldn't say that anymore because I said that the last time. But anyway, this is the end of this video. We did get a lot accomplished. I got the whole front end put back together and all painted up. Its final assembly is done. The only thing left I have to do is those links, the sliders for the bottom, and then also brake lines. But can't do brake lines until I do the back. This is a single piston, single line system, so I have to bleed all of them at one time. So unfortunately, guys, sorry, that's where we're at. Still behind. Still way behind. I guess the plus, though, is I just realized that this weekend is not the last weekend before we go. I don't know why I had it in my head that this was the last weekend that I had. So I actually have like a whole other weekend I get to work on this rather than what I thought I had. Anyway, we will get to the back end on the next video. We'll get to the back end on the next video. We'll get to the springs on the next video too, the links. Sorry guys, I know. Anyway, if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe. Really keep those comments coming. I enjoy them. I like reading them. Hope to show you guys more next time. Should be more, I don't know, more fulfilling next time. Sorry guys, I'm trying. I'm just falling behind.